Now, we get up to the present day. Animal compassion veal didn't make it as a product. Even John Mackey, with his skills and his rhetoric and his understanding of PR, wasn't quite able to go there, wasn't quite able to get that to fly. And now they have a new program, and it has a different feel to it. It's called the Global Animal Partnership 5-Step Trademark Animal Welfare Rating Standards. Okay, so this is the new iteration of this attempt to combine the exploitation of animals with the aura of being extremely concerned about their well-being. This Animal Compassion Foundation, which was the entity that was used prior, is used again, but now it's called Global Animal Partnership. The executive director is Mian Park, who not long ago was widely admired by many animal advocates, including this animal advocate, in her role of bringing open rescue to the United States. And she was a pioneer in bringing this method of activism of going into these facilities, openly documenting what was happening there, bringing some animals out, and having a tremendous educational impact. And this technique was pioneered by Patty Mark of Animal Liberation Victoria in Australia, who's an incredible activist, and she's still doing it. But making the transition from a grassroots leader to a vice president at the Humane Society of the United States, Ms. Park offers the Global Animal Partnership a potent combination of activist credibility and corporate nonprofit savvy. If you're the meat industry, who do you want up front as a standard bearer? Who's going to have credibility? Someone who's connected with animal advocacy couldn't be better. This organization is undoubtedly going to enhance shareholder value for Whole Foods. Imagine the profits if we can get people to feel like buying our products is a form of activism. Who's more loyal and more committed than an activist? Now I'd like to share with you the promotional video for the Global Animal Partnership. And while you're watching it, think about what the message being sent to the public is, what the bottom line, where all this leads. It's about 5 minutes.
Why does Whole Foods care about animal welfare? We care about it because we sell animal products. And if we're going to sell products that are derived from animals, we need to look out for their welfare. It's just the right thing to do.
Farm animal welfare is a growing concern globally.
Our job is to go out there in the world of food that's available and pick products and agricultural methods and animal care practices that our customers would expect us to support as a company.
The Global Animal Partnership 5-Step Animal Welfare Rating is a complex, detailed, comprehensive program. We have implemented that program. Each step includes standards that are applicable to all species. Additionally, each step includes standards that are specific to a species. For example, in order to meet step 1, a chicken farm has to meet 91 standards, a pig farm has to meet 118 standards, and a cattle ranch has to meet 121 standards. That's just for step 1.
A big part of animal welfare is allowing the animal to engage in their instinctive behavior. Chickens are born to scratch and peck. Hogs are born to root and wallow. And cows are born to roam and graze. And these cattle are able to do that every day of their life.
Taking care of animals, it's a lifestyle. The 5-Step program has actually given us an opportunity to strive for new goals.
We started off that most of our farms were at Gap 2. And through the process, now all of our farms are Step 3.
We're incredibly excited to be rolling this 5-step program out at Whole Foods Market, and we look forward to this program growing and improving the lives of animals worldwide.
The animals are rooting, they're playing, they're running around in a manner that, like I say, they're happy.
So, what is the message? What is the message to the public? The message to the public, in my opinion, is that when you go to Whole Foods and you buy and consume animal products, you're buying and consuming happiness. Okay? Not injustice, not taking of life, not the controlling, involuntary confinement, control of others. You're buying and consuming happiness. Now, again, it's just fascinating, both discouraging, but also very interesting to note. This is not a new idea, okay? At the time that the slavery issue was being debated in the English Parliament, lengthy hearings and witnesses like Captain James Penny, a former slave captain, came forward, and according to Mr. Hochschild, he made the slaves on the Middle Passage sound almost like cruise passengers, okay, in the way he described. In magic, there's a principle called misdirection. And you wave a shiny bauble over here with one hand, and with the other hand, doing something you don't want people to see. This is classic misdirection. And this is Captain Penny before the English Parliament. If the weather is sultry and there appears the least perspiration upon their skins, when they come on deck, there are 2 men attending with cloths to rub them perfectly dry, and another to give them a little cordial. They are then supplied with pipes and tobacco. They are amused with instruments of music peculiar to their own country, and when tired of music and dancing, they go on to games of chance. Slave ship captain talking about what it's like for people, you know, crammed side by side underneath the decks of a slave ship going across the ocean. Pretty incredible. So, given this history, you know, that those profiting from animal exploitation would concoct these elaborate facades to obscure the true nature of their horrific activities is inevitable. That's what people do who are in the business of profiting from mass exploitation. That's how it's done, okay? It goes back hundreds of years. But the tragedy and the thing that is of particular concern to animal advocates is that so many animal advocacy organizations and formal animal rights activists are needlessly participating in what I think is fairly labeled as a charade. The industry would do this on their own. They don't need the help of animal advocates to carry out this charade. You know, and the board of directors of the Whole Foods Global Animal Partnership, along with Mr. Mackey and other meat industry figures, includes the CEO of HSUS, the director of the Compassion in World Farming Organization, the director general of the World Society for the Protection of Animals, and a consultant for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, okay? So the participation, the endorsement, the validation, the credibility, it's massive. It's a major commitment. So that video was very slickly produced, and it really sidestepped the core question very, very successfully. When I was watching it, and probably a lot of you were doing, I was imagining just an average member of the general public who didn't have special knowledge. After I see that video, I'm getting in the car and going down to Whole Foods now. You know, it's very persuasive. We're progressing, you know, we're working on it. There's lots of details. It's very technical. It's a step-by-step process. We can make things better and better and better. And it's very persuasive. But what's real? And you know, is this really a question of philosophy or strategy on the part of these organizations that are involved with this? Or is it a matter of just public integrity? Are they telling the public the truth? Is this organization that they've become a part of telling the public the truth about what happens to these animals and what the significance of it is? I don't think that they are telling the truth, and I think that that is an even more basic problem than strategy or philosophy.